Emma stood before the painting where colors bled into a hazy sunset, thinking, why can't life be like this, blurred, yet beautiful? She'd stumbled into the gallery by chance. Her friend had pawned off the ticket, claiming she was tired of art, but Emma, a designer in a tiny Brooklyn studio, couldn't miss seeing the work of an artist whose sketches she'd copied as a teen. She wore a simple beige sweater from a thrift shop and jeans worn thin at the knees. In her hands, a sketchbook where she secretly drew. The gallery hummed with low voices and the clink of champagne flutes, but Emma tuned it out, lost in the brushstrokes. Maria entered the gallery like stepping into someone else's dream, in a dress the color of morning mist, hair in a low ponytail, eyes saying, I'm here, but not really. Her father, the patron sponsoring the show, had dragged her to present the heiress to society. Maria hated these nights. Smiles through gritted teeth, talk of canvas prices instead of what they stirred inside. The air smelled of money and perfume, suffocating her. She slipped away from the group debating art as investment and found herself at the same painting, drawn by its quiet rebellion against perfection. She reminds me of the river behind my house, Emma said without turning. Only there, sunsets are always bloody. Maria froze. The voice was soft, but edged with steel. To me, she's the apartment I grew up in. The view. But the sunset was behind glass. Emma turned. Their eyes locked. Maria's held exhaustion. Emma's defiance. You don't look like the usual crowd here, Emma said. And you don't look like someone hiding sketches from the world. They laughed, quietly, as if they'd known each other forever. The sound cut through the gallery's pretense like a knife through silk. That was the start. First, talk by the canvas. Emma shared how she drew on wallpaper scraps as a kid because paper ran out. Maria confessed that a Monet print hung in her childhood room, but she dreamed of subway graffiti. They exchanged numbers, not out of obligation, but necessity. As Maria walked away, she glanced back once, heart pounding harder than at any board meeting. Their first date was in a cinnamon-scented cafe filled with old books. Emma arrived with a backpack stuffed with sketches. Maria, with a purse holding a dinner receipt worth Emma's monthly rent. But they didn't go there. They sat by the window, drank black coffee, and talked about how Emma hated when her designs were altered for commercial appeal, about how Maria was meant to be the face of the family fund, but just wanted to be Maria. Rain tapped the window, blurring the city outside. What if I said I want to run away? Maria asked, staring into her cup. Where to? Anywhere. Where my name isn't on plaques. Emma took her hand. Fingers cold. I know place. In Vermont. An old cottage. Leaky roof. But the river sings. Maria looked at her. Hope in her eyes. For the first time, the future felt like possibility, not obligation. They left a month later. Maria left a note for her parents. Finding myself. Don't look. Emma quit, took her cat Stray and a suitcase of paints. The drive up was silent at first, then filled with nervous laughter as the city faded into rolling hills. The cottage was exactly as promised, rickety, smelling of mildew and firewood. First night, cold, creaking bed, rain on the roof. Emma woke to Maria shivering. I don't know how to live like this, Maria whispered. I'll teach you. They learned. Emma showed how to light the fireplace without smoking out the room. Maria taught handwritten letters. Mail came once a week. They fought.
Over $20 coffee.
Over a receipt in Maria's old coat that could have fixed the roof. You still think in money, Emma said. And you think I can change overnight. Silence lasted 3 days. On the 4th, Maria arrived with wildflowers, petals damp from morning dew. I don't know how to be poor, but I'm learning to be with you. Emma kissed her forehead. Forgiveness. The flowers ended up in a chipped vase on the windowsill, where they wilted slowly, beautifully. Winter came waist-deep in snow. They chopped wood, argued, laughed. Emma taught axe grip. Maria cut fingers but refused to quit. One night, power out, they sat by the fire. Emma pulled an old box. From Mom. Before I left. Photos. Childhood Emma. Bruised eye. First sketch pad. Her mother, eyes weary. I didn't escape poverty. I escaped to you. Maria held the photo, thumb brushing the worn edge. And I didn't escape wealth. To you. They kissed. Taste of smoke and tea. Emma's hands under Maria's sweater, to warm. The fire crackled, casting shadows that danced like secrets finally told. Spring floods filled the basement. They bailed water, soaked, laughing. Later, drying hair in the sun, Emma said, "Love isn't perfect. It's bailing water at 3 a.m. because she's there." Summer brought a garden, tomatoes, basil, chaos. Autumn, pies that didn't burn. Neighbors traded jam for stories. One day, a letter. From Maria's father. "You chose. We respect it.
Doors open.
No conditions." Emma read, then asked, "What if I want to go back?" Maria looked at her, wind tugging at loose strands of hair. Then together. Or we find a third way. But not alone. Emma smiled, tears in her eyes. "You're impossible." "I know." Kiss beneath the apple tree. Stray me out, chasing a leaf. Years passed. The cottage aged. They patched it with mismatched shingles and stubborn love. Hosted guitar nights, dandelion wine that tasted like summer bottled. Neighbor kids called them aunts. Maria told stories by firelight. Emma painted the walls, sunsets, rivers, two women holding hands. On their move-in anniversary, they walked to the river. Maria pulled a silver ring, engraved choice. Not a proposal, a promise. "I choose you. Every day." Emma slipped it on, kissed her.
Long.
The river rushed below, carrying away old fears. "And I choose you. Even when you forget bread." They went home, lit the fire, slipped into sun-scented sheets. Stray purred. Love is home, built daily. From fights and laughter, leaking roofs and warm hands. The choice to stay. And they stayed, through storms that shook the windows, through mornings when coffee was weak and perfect, through every ordinary miracle of choosing each other again.